Well, the funny thing about it was he hadn't even done anything at that point.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
He was just out on the pitch. We're talking about Saliba. He was just out on the pitch breathing and trying to fucking be a footballer. He wasn't like, you know what I mean, doing crossovers and making fancy passes. None of that shit. But why he's a legend, Saliba, is because after all that singing, at least a half hour at them singing his name, he comes out in the second half and like a, I hate to say it, like a legend, scores a fucking fantastic goal. Like, yeah, there you go. And what happened? This is the funniest part. They stopped singing. It's like he shut him up with the fucking goal.
Right?
They started singing Xhaka songs and everybody else songs, but like he stopped it for us. It was incredible. Two friends, two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Caught in Two Minds podcast.
Meanwhile, Shevin weaves his way through.
Hey, what's going on? What's really going on? E. Marshall, that's Fitz. Welcome to the podcast, Caught in Two Minds. 156. Huh? You see how that little rhyme? Huh? 156.
Man.
It's a lot, huh?
I'm finally thinking we're hitting our groove finally. So hey.
Well, you're just hitting your groove. I've been hitting my groove. I'm like soccer. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Don't trip.
Straight to the top.
Get the job done.
Already. Good times. What's been going on with you? You okay? You're working. You're back in the work life. You're sold out.
Hey. Monday through Friday. It's a grind, you guys. And then we get some beautiful, beautiful soccer.
Yes. And with that said, Arsenal win 3-0 against Bournemouth. Have you ever tried to just be like, you know what, I'm going to smell Bournemouth?
I always think of Jason Bourne.
Yeah, I had to go back and look and be like, okay, so there's a U, there's a E. Okay. Anyway, good times. Yeah, we beat Bournemouth at the Vitality. Tremendous atmosphere. Beautiful day. It's on the South Coast, they say. Huh?
Yes. The sunny
Beautiful,
South.
Truly lovely. Wonderful day.
It's a beautiful day to go visit Bournemouth.
A tremendous day to be alive.
Vitality Stadium.
Anyway, 3-0, 2 goals, 2 first half goals from Martin Odegaard. Captain Fantastic with the beautifully cropped, fair head, feathered child.
The Norwegian.
I'm sorry about that, people. But did you see the ref? He tried to have the same kind of haircut as Odegaard. He probably missed that. Yeah.
I missed that part.
You weren't busy watching the ref's hair. You were into the game. Okay, well, good for you.
I was too taken back by Scott Parker's hair.
Parker had his little St. Barnabas sweater on. I had one of them sweaters when I was in St. Barnabas and shit. Prepped out,
I don't know why I get the impression that Scott Parker talks like Thurston Howe III from the Gilligan Island.
That fool had a
lovey
parochial school sweater uniform. All right. So anyway, enough with the foolishness. I know. We like to have a good time and shit. So it was, oh gosh. But no, what were some of your first half thoughts? Hold on before you get going on that. I love the way we started the game.
Yeah.
And compared to recent history, so far this season, not just the way we started the season, but the way we're actually starting matches has just been what me and you have been hollering for a long time. You got to come out the gate ready to play. And yesterday, the Gunners did that. What were some of your first half thoughts?
Totally. And I'd just like to point out that sometimes I think it's not a disrespect to Bournemouth, but a confidence in what we can do now. The team believes. So Arteta looked at the matchups out there and said, just go attack them. These guys are big and slow and they can't keep up with this. Like, just hit them hard. Let's go.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we kind of filled them out for just a little while. And then we're like, okay, let's go ahead and let's go ahead and get $1 on these marks. You remember we were playing basketball? Our adult son, I'll never forget it. But anyway, it's just like we were, I tweeted, we nonchalantly whooped their ass all match.
Yeah.
Like, we were just out there like one of the announcers said it was like adults against boys. But I think that's a little too hard for Bournemouth. I just think the skill level was just well beyond their capabilities.
I mean, I gotta say, like, it's not like I just pay attention to Bournemouth all their games and stuff, but I don't remember such a huge side coming out against Arsenal from Bournemouth. Like,
you're just tripping off that one dude, number 21, who was fucking huge.
Yeah. I mean, it seemed like there was, 75% of that lineup was huge.
Not like
just
him,
big,
though.
tall dude. But yeah, what's that tall dude doing up front? That's what that's what I was thinking.
That's all I was saying. And he was kind of quick. There was a foot race with him and Saliba.
Yeah,
and Saliba was like, "Oh shit, this fool can move," and he had to get there, and that's when he kicked it off.
Saliba showing all his class and style.
But no lineup changes. None of the the tyranny, all the shit I kind of was.
We had a little short talk, thought maybe we would see some changes.
Yeah, no. Ben White keeps his spot. I'm looking more and more right about that each and every day. But hey, nobody, you know what I mean? Nobody cares. You know what I mean?
The one thing Arteta has kind of proven is, especially if he's got a lineup that goes on a little run or gets a little good, handful of games going, like he will stick with them,
Right. I just don't think,
even when it leaves your head scratching sometimes. Last year when Gabriel, our center back, he had a good run of games. Then he got the red card, got suspended for a game. Somebody else, Holding, played for a couple, and all of a sudden it was Holding and Ben White for like
took
5 games.
Took him out for a couple of weeks. I just think Tomiyasu is probably a little rusty. It's been a while, but at the same time, like what I've been saying, him and Ben White are very similar, and people kind of don't hear me when I say that, but athletically, they're about the same. I'd maybe give a little slight nudge to Ben White, and skill and technique wise, I'm gonna give it to Ben White too, which is strange. But if you put a gun to my head and say, who do you want to right back? I would say probably Tomiyasu. But, if I keep talking, I'm going to say Ben White. Anyway,
I'm going to give, I think Arteta is, there's something very technical going on with his sets out there now. Zinchenko's sliding, Ben White moving up, but he's kind of coming from the middle, not from a wing spot. Leaving Saka solo out there on the wing so he can work. He's got something going on. I believe maybe Ben White's probably got a better handle on the play right now because there's some changes. There's some changes the way he's been running it lately.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the way we started the game. To go back to that, I just thought Jesus Lord, Jesus, he really started the game, man. When he wins that ball, the way he won it, like he kind of had to muscle him, he kind of had to, you know what I mean, use a little dark arts. The way he positioned his body, he posted him out, and just won that ball, turned and was gone. That's the thing with him and Zinchenko; they don't fuck around. They don't dilly-dally, and that could be because of Pep, or how they play at Man City, but they get it and go. And I think
Mhm.
the team is starting to be like, well, shit, yeah, we can do this. And anyway, I thought he set the tone for the team. The way that whole little play was tremendous to me.
His effort is everything. It's everything.
Right.
And when you see somebody running hard like that, matter of fact, like when you were saying that, kind of nonchalantly kick there, kind of nonchalant except for Gabriel Jesus. Jesus was, he's tracking back trying to win the outlet balls. I
Right.
mean, the effort just tells the rest of the team, like, dude, if you can't play with this much effort, then somebody behind you will.
And I would say that's true, but Martinelli sets that tone. As hard as Jesus plays and runs and has a hunger and thirst to do things, it doesn't compare to Martinelli, which is beautiful. You know what I mean? It's absolutely beautiful because Martinelli, he puts his head down and he's trying to whoop ass constantly.
Yes.
And that's why I love those two. I love those two. And I just thought that play set the tone. I thought that was the footwork, the control in tight spaces, and then anyway,
and the both of them do something that I don't think they get the reputation for, but the physicalness to win a ball, to shield a guy off. They both really they're stronger than they really appear. You know?
Right. They know how to do that.
That's a handful for defenders and stuff. And my part with him working so hard, though, a lot of it is that they kind of had that classic beat up on Arsenal is how we can try to beat these guys. So those center backs were just really being physical with them.
Definitely.
They were being physical with Jesus, and he had to kind of just fight and fight and fight all day.
Oh yeah, totally.
He looks so hungry. He wants goals, man. He wants goals.
Yeah, you can
He's
see
hungry.
You can see it, and it's been a long time since we've seen a player like that with the attitude to I'm going for it.
Yeah.
I'm going for it. I don't give a shit. I'm not trying to be cool. I'm not trying to be fancy. I'm trying to make shit happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you think this is not a critique on him, and we'll talk about him later, but you watch the way they play, you watch the way Saka plays. Like I said, it's not a knock on Saka. He's smooth. He does his thing. He whoops ass too, but he does it in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
Those two I would say those two intimidate opposition because they know when they got to play against Gabriel Martinelli and Jesus, it's going to be some shit jumping off. You better be ready.
Yeah.
Bring a lunch.
Yeah.
Bring a lunch, as we say over here in the States.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good shit. Look at you. You're all dialed in. He's got his headset on. All right. So, Odegaard, he scored the first two, right?
First two.
Little coming out party. Yeah.
He had a little more bounce. Even physically, you can see him kind of bouncing a little bit out there. He was excited, I think some of that has to do with, man, I got some players out here that I can outrun. I can keep up with some of these guys.
Right. Yeah.
He wasn't physically overwhelmed by oh man, my responsibility today is a beast, and I got my hands full. And
right, he had a little more freedom to get forward and do the kind of shit he do the shit he likes to do on the pitch, which is maestro, control goals, make passes. And today he scored a couple goals. Didn't hesitate to shoot like they normally do. Didn't play that game. He actually took that the first goal off your boy's foot. You know what I mean? He kind of just beat him to the punch. So it's nice to see everybody being aggressive and trying to shoot when there's opportunities to shoot. And come on, if we could just get Xhaka to do that, from outside the box, I think, man. Anyway, I'm just excited.
Dare I say,
the
goals coming from anywhere makes this team a threat that must be a nightmare trying to game plan for. Like,
Right.
you can't just say, like, gotta shut down Salah and Mane, and then the rest will just deal with or something, but the goals might come from anywhere right now from this team. And like, I got a feeling, at some point, hitting on all cylinders, we might even see goals from Mr. Thomas Partey. We might even see goals from Partey.
Okay, well, let's slow down, everybody. Did you see after the game, Arteta was hugging him and talking to him? Did you get a close up? Did you hear what he said? He said, "Thank you for not shooting today. I appreciate it." and then he hugged his neck. It was like, that's a good job. Don't shoot. I don't want to do. I can't do Arteta yet, but they were talking for a while. You could see him. Anyway.
I got a feeling really what he was telling him is, you my silent warrior. You the one that just makes this whole thing work. So I need you to just play that center, shut it down.
Yes. Did you take the pussy? I want to know. You can tell me. See? I know.
We are different generations. Do you understand?
See? I know. Anyway, there you have it. Slowly becoming one of my favorite players, Zinchenko. If I put a gun in your head, where does he play? What position does he play? And what can you say? Tell me now, man.
I'm gonna say it's such a weird spot. Such a weird spot. I mean, I guess I guess what's more weird is I got to the point where I started getting used to, like, there he is in the middle. I see him. He's in the middle right there. And then every once in a while, when we would have to track back or something like that, I was like, oh, look, he's back there guarding the guy in the corner too. Like,
yeah, there were certain points when you see him, when you see him out there, you're like, who the hell is playing left back right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Who is it? Because Xhaka wouldn't be over there. Zinchenko's getting the ball in the middle of the pitch. He even got it a couple times near the right back, like over there, like Ben White. He's everywhere, and it's not a problem. It's not a problem.
So I did redefine the position. What is he playing?
What is he?
He's a deep playmaker. And because his DNA is playmaker, that's right. What he does is look, find, make the right decision. Arteta loves that. He's got Odegaard as the playmaker up higher. Zinchenko plays from a little deeper.
Yeah.
It's kind of just boosts the creativity around the pitch always. Like, it just kind of keeps it like more dangerous.
I got you. He's like me when I play on Be a Pro.
You like to play from the deep spot, kind of.
Well, I just run all over the pitch.
Yeah.
If I just chase the ball, like what? Everything goes through me. Now I'm just playing. I don't play that way. I hate when fools play that way. Anyway. I feel you. I think
maybe, like a nod to, like, maybe how Pirlo played in his late years. Never got too close.
Pirlo. I feel you. All right. Well, what else we got? What do we set pieces, corners, the speed in which we're passing the ball defensively, Gabriel, Saliba. What about the travel? How come the traveling fans of Arsenal are louder on the road than they are at home now playing? Was that crazy or what?
My first impression was I guess Brentford fans are really dejected. Like, they had just really been getting dominated.
For real.
So maybe they just had no fighting to try to drown that out. But it was embarrassing. And then it turned cringy. Like, it just turned cringy at one point. Like, they've taken over the stadium. They've taken it over.
Yeah, it was beautiful. it was just so weird from an American perspective because you don't see that here. Like, you know what I mean? Like that doesn't happen at a Raiders game, you know what I mean, or a
Yeah.
Warriors game. Like you just don't see a group of opposing fans come in and just completely run the show cheering wise and
Oh,
making noise and singing. It was just, I was embarrassed for Bournemouth. I
yes,
really was.
that was
But
my feeling.
the thing, I didn't get tired of it. My brother made a comment, like, come on, shit. All right. Here's
Ah,
you
I'm
know what
with you, bro. I'm with you, bro. I was
I
at
mean?
one point I was just like, okay, man.
Well, the funny thing about it was he hadn't even done anything at that point.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
right.
He was just out on the pitch. We're talking about Saliba. He was just out on the pitch breathing and trying to fucking be a footballer. He wasn't like, you know what I mean, doing crossovers and making fancy passes. None of that shit. But why he's a legend, Saliba, is because after all that singing, at least a half hour at them singing his name, he comes out in the second half and I hate to say it, like a legend, scores a fucking fantastic goal. Like, yeah, there you go. And what happened? This is the funniest part. They stopped singing. It's
Yeah,
like he shut him up with the fucking goal.
right.
They started singing Xhaka songs and everybody else songs, but he stopped it for us. It was incredible. He's a legend. I'm
They
sorry.
had a what do they call it? Like a moment of clarity. It shocked them. Like they think maybe did we do that? Did we
It
push
was
him to the goal? Like it's amazing.
wasn't it like they seriously sang his name for about a half hour in the first half.
Yeah.
I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah, I
Soon as
remember when they went to halftime, you can hear it like when they were going out and they're like, we'll be back in the studio in a minute. You can hear Dante Saliba.
Soon as he scored the goal, it stopped. Like that's the kind, I'm not putting any weight on his shoulders. He could or he can't become a legend. But those are the little things. Like those are little legendary things to me because I'm a
The
spaz. Okay,
so
but there you go.
I thought about it, and there's only few. There's different, you got your different center backs, and you got physical center backs, and you got athletic center backs, but there's a few center backs in the history that fall into like that magical center back, like Sergio Ramos. So many game winners when
Right.
it counted, when his team needed them. Vincent Company, these
Right.
guys that have delivered when
Virgil.
they needed. Virgil, you know.
Right.
It
Yeah,
it
yeah.
it definitely has me wondering, I mean, just to even have that ball set up to him. I mean, Xhaka put it to him like
It,
he knew, like, oh, he's got a
it
shot and
was
he's
and it,
wide
and it,
open. Let me feed him,
it was a little baby bounce right at the end that just popped it up so nice for him. It was just a nice little
Ah,
strike. But yeah, you're right. Xhaka laid that to him beautifully, and he finished. That was a play, a
yeah.
set piece play. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I mean, for
So
Saliba to step in and throw a left foot into it, whoa! I
tremendous.
was shocked. I
But
was shocked.
the funniest part about all that to me is that they stopped singing his name.
Yeah,
It's like, okay, well, fuck, shit. There you go.
the
Oh,
and
and
I
another
did
thing I
like
want to.
the impromptu celebration. He wasn't sure what to do, and he he just ran to the corner like, yeah, I did it,
Right.
mama, I did it.
Please shut up. Shut up now. It's embarrassing. What about Gabriel? He's been there for 3 years. No singing for him. Come on.
Yeah,
Anyway, I'm just playing. But what I was gonna give you pub on, you said it, I think first game of the season. He reminds you of Rio. The way he runs and
yes,
the way he's on the ball and he's got those mannerisms of a Rio Ferdinand. Old goat mouth, I call him. But yeah, so
Well, this is an old talent I've had for many years, you guys. Like to liken talents to other talents,
right, you
And
can
in the
see it.
long run, it means nothing really, but it's kind of fun. It's kind
You
of fun,
you
to
can
just
see
go,
it.
man, I see it. I do see it.
You can see the way he dribbles and the way he makes his pass and the way he runs. He's got that kind of like, oh shit.
Yeah,
Here we
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Anyway,
The
go ahead.
I'll one other one just because I was thinking about it when you were talking about Jesus. and it did remind
Jesus
me
Lord. Go ahead.
who came into the squad with fire in their ass. And the person I could think of was Alexi.
Right.
When Alexi, he hit the pitch running, and you could see he was like a man possessed and was trying to like make a name for himself, kind of
Right.
thing.
Hungry.
Had that fire.
Right. No, I hear you. And you see that from Jesus, the whole team, but it's just exuberance with them. It just really comes off the screen when you're watching it, especially both of them, because that run was fantastic. All in all, I thought the team played great as a whole. Ramsdale looked like somebody gave him my last podcast. Calm down. We don't need the silly tough guy,
Yeah.
the goofy keeper. We need the one that's dialed in. I thought he was much better. Gabriel, he looks like he's calmed down a little bit and he's playing with a little more composure.
And very leading. Like I'm seeing him in the set piece, telling people where to go, where this is what we're doing, boom, boom, boom. Like, I mean, he's very involved now.
Holden's gonna hook him up with his guy and get his little afro back. You know what I mean? He looks like he's feeling a little down about that. He cut his shit down.
You don't know what happened with that?
What? I don't know.
No, basically, this was his sign. This is a sign that they like to make. He had his first baby last year.
So they go bald,
and now he shaved it off, growing a beard because it's time for man shit. It's time for man shit. No more theatrics. I don't need to look. I'm here to do a job. That's what I'm here for.
I don't want to look like Lester Holt anymore. Cut it off.
NBC nightly.
Nah, but Rob Holden has a guy and he's gonna hook him up. There's a process to it. You got to cut it down. You remember how bad Holden's looked before he got it fixed?
Yeah.
There's a process.
And now his shit is conked. Now his shit is all conked.
In 3 weeks after the international break, Gabriel's gonna come back with a big ass afro. Shit, and be like, what?
Gonna come back looking like Little Richard.
A high top fade. A high top fade and shit. Like what? Everything okay? This is normal. So here we go. The question of the day before we get out of here. Are you worried about soccer?
Not at all.
Not at all.
I don't have one worry at all.
Me
my impression, the vibe I'm reading in the room when I'm watching him play is that I don't think he's frustrated a bit for not getting the ball quite as much as he had been getting.
Right.
And he seems to stay prepared and ready on that wing to attack somebody as soon as he gets the opportunity,
The wily old veteran.
Yeah.
Lets the game come to him. He's not selfish. He doesn't care. It's not about him. It's about the team. That's kind of what I see coming out of soccer. And go ahead. No. Go ahead.
No, I think Arteta, one of the things to explain to him as a young buck out there in the wing is, you can do damage all game if you don't run all over the pitch. Like,
right.
So if you kind of keep yourself composed and wait for your opportunities, you're going to have the energy it takes to just do this all day. Just keep attacking the dude when it's time,
Right.
And he can't. So far, nobody can really hold him down out there on that right. Like he gets around just about everybody.
I think the reason why he's not getting the ball as much is because there's one guy on our team, we've already talked about him, who's currently trying to take over the world of football. And people think I'm losing my fucking mind, but when you watch Martinelli play, dude, he's trying to take over world football. He's trying every chance he gets. The defenders that are playing him, they're on there. They don't know what's going on. He's everywhere too. Plus that whole left side with Xhaka, Zinchenko. We start our attack over there now, and I think Martinelli has a lot to do with that. Yeah. But oh lordy, when we get the balance right, and Saka's giving those opportunities, or we're going through that side, whoo,
yeah,
whoo,
I mean,
It's
there's really something beautiful
whoa.
starting on the left, and I'm gonna go full circle with it. So to me, it's getting tougher to see Tierney come back into this as the number one choice. It's getting
Yeah,
harder.
yeah, especially if he doesn't untuck his shirt and stop wearing them long ass shorts. You
You
know
know,
what I mean? I'm playing. That's class.
Ah,
That's class, E.
the
That's class, mate.
yeah,
Okay, my bad.
right.
I'm just messing
The
around playing.
but the it's just so what I want to say was Arteta is being smart about his subs though. They got that new nuance thing with the
Yes.
sub, and you can get some extra people in as long as you
Yes.
do them together. He's got a handful of dudes on the bench that he trusts and loves as well, including a couple guys that haven't quite got ready to go. I forgot all about Fabio Vieira, and I
Well, yeah,
mean,
he's been hurt, but
he's
yeah,
been hurt for a little bit, but I mean, he
he
should
was
be
on the
just
bench.
about ready to come. But
He was on the bench. So
but
yeah.
5 guys came onto the pitch fairly early-ish,
Yeah, they had a little 10-minute run. That's what you want.
and
You
they
know,
got
if you
their
have a-
little time. But more importantly, the guys that you consider my dogs that I'm going with right now, they got a little extra rest so they can be ready for next week. I don't think anybody went out yesterday with any kind of knocks or anything.
No, yeah, and that's another good point. Yes. Everybody yeah, fit and ready to go.
Yeah.
The whole what was I gonna say? Oh, so here we go. Yeah, usually I don't have one complaint. You know what I mean? Usually I got something, but I got no complaints with what's going on. I think Arteta deserves a lot of credit, or him and they do, or whose ever idea was with the way they, and I think that, I think you should do all young players who like Saliba, who are really good, and coming to the Premier League is hard. Look at Koulibaly today. He looks stupid as hell. 2 yellow cards. He's out and he's grabbing the dude. And this fool
Right.
played he played in Serie A. You know what I mean? Where defense is that's what they do. He's getting red cards and messing up, and he's a veteran. But the way they brought Saliba along, really, when it's all said and done, he took a lot of shit for that too, because we were kind of thin, or we knew we had a player with class. Just put him out there and let him learn on the spot. But you can ruin somebody like that.
Yeah.
You really can. And everybody in France wants him to do good, be successful. So when he goes there, when he goes to Marseille and plays and learns, and you know what I mean? He's in his own culture, his hometown. I just think that was a beautiful way to bring him along.
Yeah,
And
you're right.
One more thing to go along with that. He's the only player to kind of have had it done like that to him. You know what I mean? Usually we kind of get that wrong. The loan situation, Arsenal, our history with that, we usually blow that bad. Like, just look at Reece, he'd been loaned out.
Yeah.
All those fools. But Saliba's, the whole loaning of Saliba and the way they brought him back. And, last year I thought it was a stretch. Bring him back, but they let him go back out. He got on the France national team, young player of the year in Liga. Now he's ready. And he's showing he's ready. He's showing he's ready.
Just say we're getting farther and farther and farther along where we can start like actually drawing up how their game plan for the future really was.
Yes.
So last year, I mean, the biggest surprise of last year is that we pushed for 4th place last year all the way to the end. I don't think that was part of their plan.
Look, I knew you wanted to go there.
Thinning
you're right.
Thinning out the contracts and getting the money right was like the biggest goal last year, and they did it.
Yeah.
To just start really building like the depth of this squad, and now we're starting to build the depth. But there's Arteta has a style that he's looking for, and it's athletic, but it's also a footballer's mind.
Right.
And that's what I want to give kudos to. Like you said, it's not always easy to get a smooth start. I think that's what tipped them over the top last year for Odegaard. He already been in the league. They saw him play in the Premier League.
That was his
he
adjustment
can
period.
handle this. He can handle this. I think we need to make the move and try to get him on the team because, he's a Premier Leaguer. He could play in this league,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Saliba, I'll keep pointing out right now, the thing that's impressed me the most so far, he's got a footballer's mind. I watch him play an attacker, and he knows how to kind of set him up. He knows how to shuffle him to the outside and keep the threat away. I like I love what I'm seeing from a young kid.
And to go along with your point, you can see that with Ben White. He's a ball playing, center back who can play other positions. He's, athletic enough to run with the ball, keep the ball, put crosses in, whatever kind of pass you want, he can make it. And yeah, you can see that with a lot of Zinchenko.
Zinchenko is a footballer,
Yeah, so it looks like we got a bunch of footballers out there, baby.
Yeah.
Now what's up? So yeah, here we go. I'm gonna start it right now. Can we win the league?
Yes. I'm the most optimistic person in your Arsenal universe. Yes, they can win the league.
Right. It's too early though for me to even be going. One game at a time.
I'll do a small breakdown why I believe so.
There you go, please.
Yesterday, to me, kind of showed that big rough and tumble only on the opposition team is not enough. You can't beat us up and beat us that way. We're very skilled on the ball in comparison. We can figure out how to get around that.
And to one little thing, Arteta and his tactics and his mind, it was on clear display yesterday. We were 2 steps ahead of everything they wanted to do, offensively and defensively.
Yep.
Like we were just like, whatever they tried to do, we snuffed that shit out real quick. And for as far as us zipping all over the pitch, making passes and making shit happen, we were just a step ahead of them all game. Even their physicality and the way teams always try to start Arsenal. Oh, they're soft, be physical.
Yeah.
Dig in, mate.
Yeah.
Dig them out. You know what I mean?
It
all that
looked
shit
very frustrating for Bournemouth at one point. Yeah. Like they when they finally did get close to us, they just kicked us. They knocked us down. They did whatever they could to just stop the ball. Stop the ball. I'm tired of running around here.
And the fact that their crowd just sat around and let some fools sing songs, laugh, have a good time. I thought it was a home game for a little while. You know what I mean? It's just hey, Bournemouth fans, get your shit together. Get down there.
Well, it's a good thing they're down south in the sun.
A day to be alive. Peter Drury. What do you think about Peter Drury? Over Arlo.
Oh, yeah. Doing the NBC game.
Glorious. Anyway, yeah, it's all good. Arlo's gone, fool. Well, I don't listen with the announcers on. I like to really analyze it. Come on, let me hear it. Anyway, let's get out of here. Fulham next.
London Derby, huh? What?
Another
London Derby.
On the River Thames, and I think it's an 11:30 game too, which I don't really like those. I like getting up early. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Going outside for a little bit.
And
the coffee and the whole 9. But 11:30 here in my time. What is it? 9:30 for you?
The 9:30, which is right when I'll be starting work. So I'll be doing this one like always, but it is weird, but I've gotten used to it. I used to be tough, man. If I saw the score, that's it. Like I might not even watch the game if I already see the score and I saw the highlights. But I get very excited throughout the day at work, and when I get home, it's on the DVR and get myself a little drink, and all right, let's go watch this. But
there you go.
We've won. That's why it's so fun.
Now, I'm if I seen you, it was a 0-0 draw, dude. Don't watch it.
A 0-0 draw might. Don't say that, Fitz.
He's got a podcast. Dedicated. He's got a podcast. He's a professional broadcaster. He's been all over the world We love him. He's Gooner Rush. At
Yeah.
Gooner Rush. Okay. Thanks for all the support, all the help. We got some new subscribers on YouTube. Keep it up. We love it. And on that note, I'm going to say peace out. Oh, that's it? That's how you going?
Twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going. Oh, how about that? How about that?
Thank you for tuning into Caught in Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and review. All feedback is much appreciated. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CITM Podcasts, at Gooner Rush, and at eMarshall Comedy. The music of this podcast is brought to you by Statics. If you like what you hear, please head on over to staticsmusic.com and be sure to follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Statics Music. That's STATX Music. Peace.